monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85.
Take a look at Chicago, you can smell it in the air. There's a hungry team called Soldier Field going nuts, jumping out their chair. Teams rather be anywhere but here. We don't care if it's below zero. Better tougher for the snow, we still gon' break roads. If we win the point fit, we choosing to kick. Cause we got a defense that love to hit. Polarize the link with our smash mouth D's. Slicing up teams like Mike Singletary. Forever repping the seat, making Papa Bear proud. Giving Chicago something to shout about.
We the Bears, monsters of the
Welcome to another episode of Panda Grizzly Show, especially after that butt whoop we just got for week 18. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Tank. How you doing, man?
It's over. It's over.
It's been crazy. So I've been listening to all the reports. So we know Monday, of course, they bet with all the players.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things that are coming out. You know, DJ Moore has some things he was going to see us saying. We got Montez Sweat saying a few things. We heard Brisker say a few things about how they prepare for the games. Eddie Jackson too, and Jalen wants to get paid.
Yeah.
Before he was asking for a trade. Now he kind of just wants to be on the team and see where we go from there. Which I think is interesting. You know, he's open to the franchise tag, but I know he doesn't want that. But I mean, all these things are happening so fast. But that was Monday. Today, apparently, they all met with all the coaching staff and supposed to be making some decisions. Yet, through all the reports, we heard Eberflus, oh, he's staying. We didn't not get one report about them releasing something that Eberflus is staying. That's very interesting to me.
Yeah.
I wonder, are the Bears doing the same thing that the Chicago Cubs did? You know, yes, we have a guy who's good. We have a guy who's decent. You know, he's a good coach, and we can go forward with him. If we have a chance to hit a home run, maybe we bring the home run in with Harbaugh. I don't think it's a done deal that he's going to LA. I don't know if it's a done deal that Vegas is going trying to get him.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bears have a chance, and if they have a chance, and he brings in Greg Roman, because that's been the whole thing that his offensive coordinator that they're saying he might bring in. This might be interesting. This might be an interesting move.
I know you keep saying that.
It still won't answer. Is Justin going to stay or go?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My God. So, every man, I really want to leave some of these Bear groups that I'm in because
it's toxic. Some almost.
Man, it's like, oh, see, Justin sucks. And obviously that was the talk of the town. But I was like, did you know there was not one passing play in the third quarter?
Okay,
that's insane.
That's
crazy. What are we talking about?
Well, okay, yes, okay, but I do want to bring this up before because I hate Getsy, but I don't want to blame everything on him. I pulled up PFF's grading of the worst offensive players from this game. I'm just going to read you the top 9. Okay, 8.
Okay.
8. We'll do 8
of the worst.
The worst graded player in this game on offense was Dan Feeney, the center, the starting center.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second worst player graded in this game was the right guard, Cody Whitehair.
Yep. Which, are we surprised?
The third worst player in this game was Braxton Jones, the left tackle.
Yep.
The fourth worst was Robert Tonyan, the tight end.
I can see that.
The fifth worst was my man, Tevin Jenkins.
Yeah. Yeah, he was having a pretty bad, rough game. Dude, but I don't blame him.
He looked awful. He looked awful.
Yeah.
If we just stay there, so and then the 6th and 7th are Trent Taylor, the wide receiver, and then Velus Jones being Velus Jones. Yeah, and then just the 8th one is Nate Davis, and the only reason he wasn't higher is because he got hurt early.
He got hurt. I was good. Did he get hurt? So the only good lineman is the rookie.
Yes.
I can't think of it. Right.
Yeah, Darnell Wright was the only lineman who played the game that was graded over a 60.
Well, oh my God, that's even not that great.
He's the only rookie, only player that played on the line that was graded over a 60.
That I watched that game, and people are bitching and moaning about Justin Fields. I was like, did you not see that O-line? Did you not see that O-line was just Swiss cheese? It was like it was horrible. It was so hard to watch, man. It was so hard to watch, and they just kept running. You know, they ran the same running play back to back, and the first time, I believe it was Herbert, got his ankle grabbed as he was crossing the line of scrimmage, and then they run it again, and he only gets 2 yards. So I'm like, what are we doing? It's just so our O-line sucks, so we're gonna just keep running it.
But does that surprise you? So none of this stuff surprised me. Once I heard, who was starting, who wasn't starting, I knew that we're going to have pressure right up the middle. And the best people on Green Bay, the best linemen, are their interior. So it almost reminded me of seeing the national championship game, where the interior just taking the guys right back and just, Justin can't sit, he can't stand up, he can't step up into the pocket, he can't do anything. Yeah. Well, if you're having pressure in your face, then how can you even call pass plays? But what you could have done, Luke Getsy could have moved the pocket. He could have said, I'm not going to allow you to sit here. I'm going to call sprints to the right, sprints to the left. I'm going to use run past options. I'm going to
options, some bootlegs.
And then do that, and then have set up a successful play with DJ Moore. The second half, DJ Moore in there one catch for 17 yards.
But that's what happens when you don't throw the ball for an entire effing quarter. An entire quarter. I was like, oh my God.
But what can they do if they can't block in front?
If you can't block,
this is right here in front. Dude, you could get up, get in the way. Do something.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. But then that's kind of when it comes down to coaching, where okay, you said, okay, the pocket's not going to be there. We have a quarterback who is great on his feet. We have one of the best receivers who we can give him a 2-yard pass and he'll get a first down somehow because he's that good. Let's take advantage of some of this stuff. You know what I mean? And they didn't. Some play actions of some play actions. I think I saw one, maybe two.
My fear about the play actions is that once again the pressure's coming straight up the middle. Every pass play I thought was a screen because they're just letting the guy right. You like you set up a screen. My problem with Getsy is the play calling he did when he has the smallest guy on the line doing a crackback block on the rush. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. Equiminius St. Brown is effing in the game. He played this game. Why won't you put Equiminius St. Brown on that line, on that play? Let him try to set the edge and get Justin outside, because that's what every defensive end is coming straight up and they're trying to make sure that you keep him in the pocket.
Yeah.
And that only works when you get pressure up the middle. And when you can't block anyone in the middle, I mean, the game plan was flawed. It was just from the get-go. It was flawed. And maybe what you should have done is say, you know what? Might be the game where you should have nickeled and dimed at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
Just getting the ball out at the beginning, and then opens up the passing game further on because they think you're getting the ball out so fast. And you can still do that with Justin. Only thing you have to do is you have to tell them where the ball's going to go. We're going to scheme this guy open. Yeah. We're going to focus on getting him the ball, just like they did with DJ the previous game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, he was doing good the first quarter. I think he was, how many? What was he for like the first quarter? He was doing pretty good. I think he was like what 6 or
Justin
7.
actually did really well if you want to look at his stat line.
Yeah, but even in the first quarter, like St. Brown had one of the only plays, very few plays, that he caught. So yeah, man, it was so bad. It was so bad. Oh, and I don't even get into the hit yet, but we'll get into the hit.
So
But yeah,
Justin Fields in the game, end of the game, 11 to 16 for 148 yards, and he was pressured on 80% of his dropbacks.
my God.
Some type of pressure. That means that there's someone within 3 feet of him on 80% of his dropbacks.
So it's about 12 or 13. I think
Yep.
is 80% of 16.
Yeah.
So he threw. First of all, a fucking quarterback throws the ball for 16. He has 16 attempts.
Yeah.
That's what 16 attempts, which I get.
Yeah.
O-line bad,
And
yeah.
he was sacked 5 times.
Yeah. Oh my God. So so he was rushed. So 16 attempts, rushed 12 times, and sacked 5 times. I mean, he was sacked half of the times he actually made a completion, because he was 11 and he got sacked 5 times. Well, a little bit under 50%. But that's why I watched the game and I couldn't believe what I was watching, because everything was just looking offensive. We haven't even got to the defense yet, but offensively, it was in shambles. I'm like, what week is this? Is this week 1 again? Because this wasn't the Bears the last 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
This was Bears 18 weeks ago.
No, but once I heard who was starting at center, and then when I saw Davis go out,
yeah,
that was it.
Oh yeah. Once I saw Davis go out, that was it.
But then I could say the same thing on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Once I knew Jalen wasn't playing, I knew we weren't going to be dominant.
Yeah,
because it makes everyone step up one more spot. Jalen takes one person out of the game. That's basically what he does. He takes one guy out of the game. So that means Stevenson could be better. That means Kyler could be better. That means Briscoe could be better. That means Eddie, even if he's lost a step, can be better. That means anytime these other people are coming in the game, they're guarding a worse person. So it lowered the level of success that we could have had. It just really did immediately when JJ was out. The defensive line did not get a lot of pressure on him, but Jordan Love was doing a great job getting the ball out. He really was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got B here. What's up, B? Yo, what up, Spoiler Kings? Watching Holdovers Now. A good movie, man. I actually finally watched it this morning.
Oh, did you? I still got to. Well, maybe you can do a review with me.
I didn't have a tear in my eye, but I definitely liked it.
Yeah,
I definitely liked it.
At the end, I was a little teary. I was like,
"Come on, man! You didn't go to college? All right." Oh, so Grand Hill TVs. I heard the Bears may keep Fields and draft a quarterback. That is something that I've also have been reading a couple times and hearing in a couple places. I've heard that Eberflus is most likely going to be safe, and that they are going to go forward with Justin Fields, and they're going to draft someone most likely in the 3rd round. So remember I said JJ McCarthy?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When you say JJ McCarthy, maybe if you watch the national championship game, he's not competition for Justin Fields. That's not competition. That's just like trying to push him a little bit, but trying to placate one side of the fan base, or it seems like it's really the people that are in the media that you're placating, because they're the ones that are saying, no, you can't pass on Caleb Williams, which you definitely can.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to go forward with Justin. Justin is going to win the job. Justin is going to just continue to do what he's been saying he's going to do, and they're going to basically running it back with an all new offensive staff. That's what the word is.
That, I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I know we talked about before with Eberflus. He's a defensive guy, and he's doing a pretty good job defensively. I'll give him that. It seems like the guys are kind of rallying around him mostly. But guess he got to go, and again we heard players, criticizing coaching. That's never a good thing. And now you got DJ Moore, criticizing the coaching. Meanwhile, it's his best year statistically that he's ever had, and he's still bitching about the coaching. You know what I mean? We have the GM bitching about the coaching. We have the starting quarterback bitching about the coaching. I wonder what the effing problem is. You know what I mean?
But here is the issue. So this is Justin's 4th year. Let's say we definitely keep Justin Fields, right?
Yeah.
He comes in the fourth year. Is it going to be okay if he once again has a third offensive coordinator, a third offense to learn?
I know.
In the 4 years that he's played.
I know.
And even if it's Frank Reich, which I don't necessarily want Frank Reich, because I think he'll be a head coach candidate immediately if he does well with the Bears. I think Greg Roman has to show he can do it for a couple of years. I'll tell you, Greg Roman's the guy.
I know you keep saying it, man.
Harbaugh gets him.
You keep saying that.
It makes the most sense.
That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that still, man. I don't know how I feel about that. But,
he was the MVP. Lamar was the MVP with Greg Roman.
With Roman.
And then,
he knows how to play with this kind of quarterback.
Exactly. And then so can we still trade down for number 1, get Marvin Harrison Jr., trade down to 3, grab Marvin Harrison Jr., get a second rounder this year, get this year's first rounder, get next year's first rounder, done. Right?
Yeah. Who's number 3? Is that Washington or
New England? Washington, I believe, is number 2, and New England's 3. And then you get to get most likely get a new coach. And this new coach can come in and choose, if say it's Mike Vrabel, he could go ahead and choose whatever quarterback he wants to go forward with. If you want Caleb, let Caleb go to New England and show me what you got. Show me.
Yeah.
Those cold New England nights. Show me what you got, man.
Yeah. I mean, even like everyone's talking about CJ Stroud this year, which he's played a great season, had a great season. And everyone's bitching. If the Bears picked first, it probably would have been Bryce Young. I wonder, so what are we talking about? You're talking about a guy that we would not even have picked up. You know what I mean? And we would be in the same like Mitch Trubisky thing. But also, he's in a better system, I think. You know what I mean? His coach knows it comes from a better system. Eberflus doesn't come from like I forgot who exactly what it was. Eberflus is a good coach, I think, but he's not. He's a defense. He's a defense guy.
From the Colts, and he's a defensive man.
Yeah.
And the thing about what they allowed, what he's good at, CJ is good at throwing the ball deep. So you know what they do? They based a whole offense around. He has a beautiful deep ball. And he throws out routes really well and corner routes really well. So they based the entire offense on those things. And then they ran the ball just to keep you off balance. So they made the offense around the quarterback's strengths instead of their weaknesses. Instead of now what we have with Getsy came in, decided, I'm going to try to make your weakness a strength instead of just say, you are who you are. We're going to make you're dynamic. We're going to use what you do well, and we're going to make that the best part of our offense. Instead, he said, I'm going to make you into make you your square parts into a round spot parts, and it's going to fit into my hole. No, bro, that's not what you do. That doesn't make sense. It's too much Matt Nagy, and that's why we got the same results. Yeah.
So it's DeMeco Ryans is that?
DeMeco Ryans is the defensive guy. He is the head
coach. He's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Where was he before?
San Francisco.
He was in San Francisco. Yeah. He was under who? An amazing coach. Oh, okay. Who did Matt Eberflus work under?
No, but he did. He Frank Wright. Frank Wright.
Yeah, I mean,
who was a very good defensive coach. I think that Matt Eberflus needs someone who's going to take care of the offense and let him go ahead and be the defensive guy, and he'll just be the big guy. He's the main person.
Yeah, I mean that's like again, they have to find. Then they have to find somebody who understands what he's coming into and understands. You know, we don't need another who was that? Was it not Mike Martz? Was it Mike Martz? The dude that came in and just like got rid of Greg Olsen.
Yeah,
with his whole he's like, we're gonna run this offense. I'm like, dude, no one runs that offense anymore. And two is like, you have great players that can run a better offense. Why are you running the fucking that West Coast shit anymore? You know, it's like
but I mean, as I said, D'Amico Ryan's guy, Bobby Slavich is really the reason that everything went well for the Houston Texans. I mean, once again, he's young. He based the whole offense around what they did well.
Yeah. So
is right. I've been said that they trade that number one pick up an old lineman with that 5th or 8th in the next round. Malik Neighbors round draft. You know what? So the Bears going to have 9th. There's a lot of trade scenarios. One is, of course, with the Las Vegas Raiders, because they want to trade up in the whole Max Crosby, make your defense amazing, which would be just nasty. That I would love to see that. The other ones, once again, is Washington. There's New England. I even saw one that had the Bears actually trading with Arizona, which I don't see. I think Arizona's going to trade out. If we get Marvin Harrison before they go, I think that they trade out.
Yeah.
And they go down to get Neighbors.
Yeah.
All right. We got Fredo in here too, huh?
Bring him in.
We go ahead.
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
How you doing?
Right now, we're just talking about what's going to happen with the draft. With the Bears having the first number 1, they have number 9. Anthony right here. Washington's at number 2. We don't need to trade up. I think you do, because I don't think you want Drake May. I was doing my research on Drake May. I was watching some film on Drake May. Drake May is not that. He does not look good. He's physically, he looks exactly what you want from a quarterback. Drop back quarterback. He's big. He has a strong arm. He's decently accurate. He is not a guy who could put it all together. I think he has bust written all over him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I know you guys do your rookie breakdowns on Wednesdays. So I know you're probably getting ready for that. But everything I've seen from him, I was like not impressed. I mean, Caleb Williams,
he has all the tools, and he has a great arm, and he's pretty accurate. But he's like almost a smaller Justin Fields.
Yeah.
It's like,
there's a stat I saw. He has like the most fumbles or something like that.
Yeah, so he's a smaller Justin Fields.
Yeah. So what did I miss? We were discussing what the Bears are going to do with the number 1.
Yeah, just overall, just going over the draft. We went over what happened with the Green Bay game and where are the problems. The problems with the offensive line. The problem is what we said before. We don't have a good center. We need to draft a center. We need to draft a center last year. So we need that center has to happen. So whatever trade we get, we have to get a 2nd round pick so we could draft a center. We need the best center they can have. All right.
Yeah. So what are the predictions on the? What are the predictions on the number 1 overall?
No, you have to trade down.
Oh yeah, you get rid of it.
You have to trade. You have to.
Okay.
Especially with the report. That's why I was just going over this tweet. It's like this is like the 3rd one. Actually, someone sending me this one. This is the 3rd one I've seen. Update. I do believe Fields will be on the roster 2024. He'll be competing with a rookie quarterback, a 3rd rounder most likely. Very much sounds like Flus is safe, but the Bears will be replacing their entire offensive staff, and there will be no commitment to Fields. The team will evaluate the QBs at the combine and make a decision, but Justin Fields will be the starting quarterback going into the 2024 season, which makes the most sense. Also, there's 10 teams that would love to have Justin Fields. 10.
Yeah.
When other teams in the NFL are saying, "Hey, give up on him, let him come home," or "We'll take him." You think Pittsburgh will love Justin Fields? You don't think Washington would love to have him, or Atlanta will love to have him, or Vegas would love to have him? In a second.
Do you want to get rid of Fields?
No.
I think when you have something that's already good enough, that's good, and you just haven't maximized it with the coaching. You try to see if you can do this.
Yeah,
because once again, if you're trading away and trading out and getting another first round pick next year, so next year you have 2 first round picks, and you don't have to pick up his 5th year option right now. You can just let the 4th year play out next year. That means you're only going to owe him $5 million. So let the 4th year play out, and then if you want him, you pick up the 5th year. You pick up the extension.
Here's my feel with Fields. I want him to stay in Chicago, right? So the downfall of that is he going to be great enough to take us to the playoffs? Is he going to be one of those people?
This year to take us to the playoffs.
Hold on. Is he going to be one of those guys that can carry us? You know, we have nothing to fear because we have Fields. Now, here's my strong opinion on this. Do I want him to stay in Chicago? Yes. Do I want him to leave? No. If 100 people tell me we'll give you the next 4 years of first rounders for him, okay, I'll take it, and without a heartbeat. But
you're gonna get a second rounder.
If it's gonna be, okay. My point is this: Fields has it. It just he needs to polish it. Okay, and the it thing is when he runs out of the pocket and when he throws, he's able to thread the needle. He's able to pocket pass. I mean, how many times last year and this year has he thrown the ball over someone's shoulder because of the defender, right in the end of the corner of the end zone, right near the end of the end zone, or right before they go out of bounds? He is so precise on that. People overlook and they forget about that. That's something that you probably could teach or polish up, but this guy has it. And if he needs to have confidence in the line, get a offensive coordinator that could work on his strengths, not his weaknesses. Like if you can't stay in the pocket, we're gonna teach you how to stay. No. What's your best thing? Roll in the pocket? Okay, we're gonna make a bunch of plays of roll the pocket to help you help us. You know, if anything, the next offensive coordinator should give him a binder. Say, this is your playbook. He's gonna open the playbook, blank pages. That's your playbook. Because whatever you want in there, put it in here, what helps you. So because that, I like the confidence that you're gonna have.
There's 2 problems I have with that. 2 problems. One, they don't use binders anymore. They haven't used it in 10 years.
Microsoft, what do you use? The Surface.
Windows 98. Surface. Give it a Surface. Give him a tablet. The second thing I have with that is I have no problem. I agree with what you're saying, basically what Cam Newton said. When you have the guy who's the guy, let him be the guy. You don't try to overcoach him. And I actually agree exactly what you're saying. Let's see what you got. Yeah, Grant Hill says, that's how I feel. Like you can't be in the middle, but there are more holes in the roster, so you have to trade down. That's exactly it. You have to fill up all these problems. So we know we have to get a better center. We might need to get a better left tackle, right? We need to get deeper for the wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
We need to get defensive tackle. We need a 3 technique, right? We need another defensive end, a young defensive end. And our defensive back feels good, and we probably need a running back. That's a lot of needs, and you're not going to fix all those with just with
considering
money.
The Bears have the 7th most cap space. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of potential players on the free agent list.
Well, so you're right. We have the 7th most cap space, but if we cut Whitehair, which we are going to cut Whitehair,
you better cut Whitehair.
He is booty. At this point, that's what it is. And then if you depending what you do with Eddie Jackson,
I'll cut him.
Yeah, you could, but the problem is, because he's a leader. Can you do that? Do you have a safety for him? You gotta do something because you don't pay him enough. I might go to Eddie Jackson and tell him you need to take a pay cut because no one's gonna give you more than $9 million.
Not anymore.
So instead of having an $18 million cap hit next year, you have a $9 million cap hit, which is exactly how much he's owed. So you have that, and you do it that way, and that way you're actually going to increase your money to maybe your 4th or 3rd.
So
I think
here's my prediction. Now, me in this show predicting stuff, it's pretty good. I believe he's gonna trade the number one, of course, trade down, get for next year, whatever. But the player we're gonna get from the team is gonna be their defensive end or another right receiver. If it's not the right receiver, then for sure it's gonna have to be defensive end or a center. Someone really good because I don't know how the draft stock is right now with centers and left tackles because we might even go that route. But
Center,
however,
you can't get them too early.
but this is
Center
I
is
mean,
never be a first rounder.
just how
It's
like
never.
we got DJ Moore from Carolina.
Mhm.
We had like all these people. Oh, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. Connect pops in, we'll trade you and give you DJ Moore. Done deal. We need a
Yeah.
receiver, done deal. So now we need another receiver the other end.
Depending how low you go, the only way you're gonna get that same deal, you need to be willing to go down to 6 or 7. Or if you want Marvin Harrison Jr., if you do the research and say Marvin Harrison Jr. is Randy Moss, but with a better attitude and better pedigree, even better than that, then you have to draft him. And to draft him, you must be in front of Arizona, which means you only go down to 3. If you're going from 3 to 1, you're not going to get. You're going to get a first round next year. You might get a second round this year, and then maybe a player. That's probably as much as you could get for Caleb Williams.
Who's that 3? Who might go up to 3 to 1?
Oh, that's Patriots.
Great. Yeah.
All right. Anthony Price has a question for us 3. You guys think Jaden Daniels is better than Caleb Williams? I'll let you guys answer first.
I don't know. Because you know why? A lot of quarterbacks look really good in college. History shows itself, right? I mean, look at 20. What? When did we draft the Fields?
You can
3
say
years ago?
every year. You look at every year. The number one guy is never the best guy. Every
Right.
year.
Right. So that's why. I mean, it's kind of hard to say who's better to who. Hell, Ryan Leaf was predicted to go over Peyton Manning, right? And look what happened to Leaf.
Yeah.
And that's just one
Half
example.
people here don't know who Ryan Leaf is.
I know.
because it's so long
Pull out the
ago.
scrolls, man.
I know exactly where you're going with this whole Ryan Leaf.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other people don't know what that is.
I mean, look at last year. You got
Bryce Young.
Young,
That's a better, Bryce Young.
right?
KJ
I mean,
Stroud.
for you baby boomers out there, for y'all young guns. I mean, look at last year. Everyone wanted Young. Stroud fell to Houston. Houston said thank you. Now, if Stroud went to Carolina,
It
once
would be
again,
good.
would it be the same?
Frank
Would
Wright would have
Carolina be
loved it. Carolina would have been better. Then we wouldn't have
I mean,
gotten
is it the coaching? Once again, it's one of those Brady and Belichick things.
No, but it's
The-
also coaching has to match your quarterback. Frank Wright always loved bigger quarterbacks with a strong arm that can diagnose things quickly. That's what Frank Wright liked. And the owner made him take Bryce Young. So that's the guy. Owner needs to stay out the way. But for me to answer this, I believe Jaden Daniels is better than Caleb Williams. I like Jaden Daniels. He's more sturdy. He's been through a lot more problems. He's a better leader than Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels' teammates love him. Caleb Williams' teammates tolerate him. That's red flags for me.
Man, yeah. Do you see what happened when I think another QB came in to play for Williams? And I forgot he said something. Yeah, and they were just like, "All right, now you ready to do?" I forgot he said something, but it was basically like, "All right, that's out of the way now. Let's have some. Let's do what we do.
Now let's all play together. Let's go have fun together."
It was something like that. And I was like, "Damn!" Like, that is a perfect way to sum it up. I don't think
he has that rushing aspect too.
Yeah, well. But the dude's 6'4", 210, James Daniels. So he is he's pretty big for a QB.
You guys realize
pretty
Caleb
big.
Williams.
He's even go for a receiver.
Don't go there yet. Do you know Caleb Williams' size?
Pulling it up. He is 6'1", 216. So a little shorter, a little bit heavier though, but yeah.
You know what? I'm hearing on the radio. Someone said they even call him a meathead. Someone said keep Fields, draft Caleb, and
Yes,
put
Steve.
Fields as a second receiver. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's racist.
what?
Hey, he must be a good receiver. You know why? Because he has quick feet. That's that.
I was afraid they
Sunday
would say like
experience,
running
man.
back. I
Yeah.
was like, put him at running back. That's what he does anyway,
Yeah.
right?
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Nah.
you got
And then
Anthony Smith.
Justin Fields is 6'3" and 227.
Exactly. He's built for Chicago. You can't draft a QB that high and keep Justin Fields. You're right. You can't.
Yeah. No.
That's exactly right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then you're wasting something. You're either wasting Fields or you're wasting that pick. And then you can't. And then you're shooting yourself in the foot down even for next year. Like you're not getting anything for next year. You're not building a team. You're just trying to figure out who your QB is, which I get you need to do, but not at the cost of losing everything else.
How about that? So you don't add talent to your team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to pay. So you're going to end up paying that first overall draft pick more than Justin Fields is going to make this year. You're actually going to pay him more. All right. So now you're wasting double that amount of money on a quarterback when you didn't have to. You didn't draft another guy. You still have the holes. You didn't go down and get the center. You didn't solve anything. You made the worst decision that you could have made.
Yeah. That's all some like Ryan Pace shit. We're past that, man. We're past that. Like Poles seems like he knows what he's doing.
Enjoy the other Ryan.
Yeah.
All right. So Anthony said, since you answered that, Washington can trade down and get an old line and then draft Jane Daniels. No, unfortunately, because Jane Daniels is going to go. I promise you, he's the third quarterback taken off. He's by
ranked.
far.
He's ranked like 3 or 4 right now. Maybe
he's 5. Because Jane Daniels should be higher than Michael Penix Jr. Jane Daniels is going to be the third quarterback taken out this draft, and he will be a top 6 guy. So if you say you trade down, you get Fashanu, you're not going to be able to get Jane Daniels too. You just can't. Penix won't pass Minnesota.
Yeah.
Penix not pass Minnesota. So I think Jane Daniels will be going early. Penix won't pass Minnesota. Depending what's going on with the Raiders, they might grab a quarterback if they don't trade up. Like there's too many quarterback needy teams in this top 15.
How many quarterbacks do you think would be drafted
in the first round?
Like 8, 5.
I say 5 quarterbacks get drafted in the first round.
Because yesterday I don't watch college football at all. I just heard this Penix guy was playing. Okay, cool. Then I found out Rome Odanze, receiver.
Yeah. Aduns,
I'm like, okay. I saw him. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's pretty
good. Sat there, watched the game. And then the guy who impressed me most was the backup running back from Michigan. And
so he's never been a backup. He's explosive. He's very explosive. They've always had Corum and him were always together. Yeah.
I see him and I'm like, okay, I can see him as a bear. Maybe be picked up in a second round, maybe third.
I think Corum is probably more what you're going to get for the Bears because it's going to be in one of those 4th round picks. And I agree with you. I think the other guy's better, but I think Corum is probably what you're going to get more for the Bears. But to answer your question about quarterbacks, I think Caleb Williams goes number 1. Drake May goes, the second guy. Jane Daniels goes top 5. Michael Penix Jr. goes top 12. Bo Nix goes into the first round. Now, going to the second round, JJ is going to be drafted somewhere around 40, 41. Quinn Ewers from Texas, I think he gets drafted somewhere around 48, 49. And though there's other people ranked ahead of him, I think Jordan Travis is the really interesting one. So if the Bears say they're going to get a quarterback to kind of go, Jordan Travis is going to be very interesting. He heals up. I don't know, man. He'll be. He's quarterback out of Florida State.
I'm concerned with what's the guy from Washington, Penix?
Penix, yeah.
Michael Penix Jr. has an
He has
amazing arm.
injuries. Yeah, but his legs. I mean, I don't know. He got beat up pretty bad, and yet he's holding his side. And yeah, poor guy looked like a bag of mashed potatoes at the end of the game because he just got smashed everywhere. Plus, he
But
has
that's
recent
the problem.
injuries from his previous schools. From what was it, ACL or MCL or
Yeah.
something?
So Michael Penix Jr., if anyone doesn't know, he was the quarterback in Indiana. He has torn both his knees and his shoulder. But he has overcome a lot of stuff. Michael Penix Jr. is going to be a starting level quarterback. And if you put a line in front of him and you allow him to step up, he is very good pocket passer. The problem was Michigan was dominating. Graham was dominating his guy. He was putting the guard into the quarterback's lap. I mean, think about it. The guard stepped on Michael Penix Jr.'s ankle. That's how he got his hurt ankle, because he just Graham put him in his lap. The defensive line, the defensive tackles at Michigan are dominant. They've been dominant all year long. That defensive line is amazing.
Yeah. Well, here, so I got the PFF real quick for not PFF, the ranking. So 1 through 26, 25 and 26 are Bo Nix and JJ. So, and then you also got Penix is 21, and then Daniels is where was he? I just saw it. Daniels is 11. Yeah, Jane Daniels 11, and then Caleb is 2, Drake is 3. Like, just like top ranked 26, there are six QBs in there. You know, not saying that's how they're going to be drafted. At least that's how they're ranked. Because number 1 overall is Marvin Harrison. You know, but
I do believe that Penix is probably going to go a little bit higher. I already think Penix goes to Minnesota. I think all of them get pushed higher just because of where they need to get drafted.
Yeah. But yeah, there's probably gonna be 5 quarterbacks. You know, yeah, I can see 5 quarterbacks going in the first round.
Which, I mean, does that surprise you? That's what happens every single year.
Is it? Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know, but right now, I think we're in this weird era where we're waiting. We thought Mahomes was the guy, you know, which he still kind of is. You know, you have no one to throw it to, you know, like, which is what we said in Chicago for years. And it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could have blah, blah, blah. And if you don't have anybody for him to throw it to, he's not going to look good. And look at Mahomes, you know. So, but, you know, Mahomes is the guy, but, you know, Josh Allen, we thought was the guy. And no one has, like, stepped up and like, oh, this is the elite. This is the man. You know, I think Mahomes is close to being that. He is the guy.
Mahomes is the guy. He's already ranked in the top 20 of all time quarterbacks.
Oh, shit, for real? Oh, damn.
He's already ranked there. I mean, he has 2 Super Bowls. He has all these MVPs. He's been in the Super Bowl 3 times. No, he's the guy.
Yeah, he's going to end his career probably as the best quarterback ever. You know, just because how early he got into the Super Bowl and stuff. But I don't know. I just feel like this with quarterbacks is like there's so many of them that are just like question marks over their head, you know, or have like a great year and then like a down year, you know, and then when that down year happens, everyone's like, they suck, they're the worst quarterback ever, you know. It's like that's every fan base, you know, not just Chicago. So, but yeah, it's weird, and I think Fields he could be that guy. He could be a top quarterback in the league, you know, for sure, you know, because there's some like Fredo was saying, man, he put that ball, I believe, I think it was DJ
Moore's shoulder, which was amazing catch, an amazing throw. It was beautiful.
Well, no, not only that. Well, no, where he threaded that needle. You know, like right in the perfect spot where only that receiver can get it, in between 2 defenders. You know, and it was either St. Brown or maybe it was Komet. I forgot who it was, but it was early in the game. You know, and
that was Komet when Komet got hit. The thud.
Yeah. You know, so he put a great. Even the announcers were saying how great it was, you know. So he's got it. He's gonna be good.
So Anthony says Bo Nix goes to the Vikings. I've heard
Me
that too.
too.
I have heard Bo Nix going to the Vikings. But I've also heard Penix. I've heard, depending on what you believe, the problem I have with Bo Nix was bad at 2 different spots.
Mm.
He could be a bust. You could see that.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you could say about Michael Penix Jr., he was a star. When we saw him in Indiana, I saw with my own 2 eyes. You could tell he jumped off the page. He jumped off the screen. He was amazing. Just that he didn't have a lot of help. He took advantage of the COVID year. He took advantage of a lot of different things. And that's why he's so young, so old. So both Michael Penix Jr. and Jaden Daniels are going to be 23, almost 24. I think Penix is going to be 24 because his birthday's like in May. And Jaden is going to be 24 by time in August. So they're going to be older rookies. But can you guys tell me who else was an older rookie? He was drafted. First, he started off at Ohio State, and he ended up going to LSU.
I was going to say Felix Jones because that man was like damn near 30 by the time he got drafted.
What?
I know he's over QB.
Good quarterback.
Oh man. Ohio State went to LSU.
Started off at Ohio State and ended up going to LSU. He won a national championship before them.
Oh shit! I don't know.
Plays for Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, Burrow.
Joe Burrow also was drafted at 24. He was older.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we know we talked about that last week. How him being a little bit older.
And sometimes that works, and especially with a team like that. What I would love to see, because I honestly would want Washington to jump to number 1, because I would love Caleb Williams to be able to go home. I think that would be a better story. He's a Washington kid, and then the Bears trade down to 2, and then they trade down to 3. What they tried to do last year, I hope they actually execute for this year.
Yeah, you asked me that. What are my thoughts? And that's exactly what they said. Go down to 2 and then get picks. Then go down to 3, get more picks.
But why? If I was the Pats, I would be like, no. I know you're not going to pick May. So
no, because it's not about you trading with me. You're changing your mind. It's about me saying I could go to
potentially
the Raiders.
Going somebody else.
I'll go to the Raiders then.
Yeah,
the Raiders come up.
Yeah, and now I get it.
Now you're stuck with someone that you don't want.
Yeah,
and so, that's the thing about making them have to jump up.
Yeah. The Pats need a quarterback. Mac and cheese ain't it. Billy Zappi. As much as fun as that is, it's not it. Mac and cheese.
Yeah. Then Billy Zapp. It sounds like a cereal box.
Yeah, I know, right?
Cereal bar Zap. Take the Zap. But I just Googled 2024 NFL free agents.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 free agents. Interesting list.
Because you have Mike Evans on there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The big rumor is he might be a Bear.
I heard that, but if you have Michael MHJ, Michael,
you don't need
Marvin Harrison Jr. You're not going there. Anthony says Washington needs their picks. We need to rebuild our line and defense. You're not wrong, because you know what I said about Washington. I said that if Charles Lynn Jr. is your best guard, best tackle, or best lineman, then you don't have a line at all.
Yeah. And we know, man. We gave him up, and you guys are like, "Oh, we'll take him." I was like,
"Don't do it."
Yeah.
God.
Well, I don't disagree with you, but I would love to see Caleb Williams to Washington. I don't think Washington will have to give up as much. Go from 2 to 1. I think you'll give up 2 seconds, a second next year, and the second the year after.
It's not bad.
Yeah. I can see that,
I can see that.
Or if the Bears give you the first and the fourth, you have to give next year's first, and then the Bears then trade with the next team and get a second and the following year's first. So you can always trade out 2 years ahead.
Yeah. But I think I don't want Caleb Williams is also he don't want to be here. He already said it. He put out on a tweet like, he don't want to be here. So why
Why wouldn't
am I
he want
gonna-
to be? Why wouldn't he want to go home? I don't blame him
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If he has an opportunity and it's a real opportunity, like to go home, play for like the team you probably grew up watching and loving. Look at Kittle. Like, you see what Kittle said this past after the game. He's like, "Oh, I'm so glad I was able to help out the Bears a little bit." He's like, "Go Bears!" As he's walking off the stand, he's like, "The Bears!" I was like, "That's awesome," It's like,
You're always a Bears fan, like you know.
even if you play for another team.
You know what's funny though? JJ McCarthy. If you look at his picture, his picture was he was in a little Bears outfit. His parents are always Bears fans. He always loved it.
Yeah. Peanut butter and waivers.
I love it.
Yes.
You know what? Give me a second because I want to actually talk about Tom Waddle. I was listening to the Waddle and Sylvie show, and there's something that happened. Tom Waddle's asked, someone was talking about him, and the guy who called in was talking about the Bears, and he made great points about Justin Fields, and in the same sentence, he put down Jordan Love. And Tom Waddle says, "Why do you got to put down Jordan Love to make Justin Fields better?" And I wanted to scream through my screen because we fucking hate the Packers, you idiot. That's why. It doesn't matter who they are. I hate Brett Favre and his Wrangler jeans. I don't care. I will never like him. I will never. He's a Packer forever. I'm never going to like him. So you need to respect the hate.
Yeah.
You should know better.
Take off your logic hat, being a sportsman, and like put on your Chicago Bears hat. And it's like,
I would say yes, he doesn't have to do it, but he has to understand. We're fans. We will never compliment the real fans. Don't compliment Green Bay Packers. F them. Always. Yeah. Hope they trip and fall on a banana peel before the game. Always.
Yeah, I need to change this now, but I feel like this is still like relevant.
The people of America have spoken, and they're saying they want 4 more years of douchebag.
I feel like I need to change that to Jordan Love.
I'm sorry. Oh, because Aaron Rodgers has been saying some crazy stuff.
Oh my god! And I sent you that clip. It was like, do all the other shit. You're gonna be a crystal mommy and all that shit like that. It's like, but at the end of the day, you're just an asshole, man. Like, people don't like you because you're an asshole. It's like, it's not because of the vaccine. And because I'm sure there's a lot of other players. They do listed a few of them. That didn't get vaccinated or this or that. It's like, you're a D-bag, man. You're a D-bag. Everything has to be a big event. Like, you fucking take what do you know? Peyote and got high and is like, I'm gonna play for the Packers still. And then a month later, fucking is a Jet. It's like, he's just a giant piece of shit, man.
We just say that because we hate you. That's all. Like, if you were on fire, we probably wouldn't piss on you to put the fire out.
I'll throw a crystal at you, man. And here you go. Rub that shit on you. See if that works.
But that's just because of the hate. This is a fan hate.
There's too many chemicals in the fire extinguisher. All right, man.
That's funny. So in 10 years, we're expecting Jordan Love to go to the Jets as well?
Probably. Unfortunately, Jordan Love looks like he's pretty good.
That's where Aaron went.
Yeah.
But Jordan Love looks like he's pretty good, actually. I hate him already. The hate for me is growing for Jordan Love. Every time I see his face, that's when just every single time.
Yeah. But I mean, not only like Green Bay, but they've been doing it for so long and people are like getting angry. But I was like, look at what they do. They had Brett Favre for a long time. He was, just who he is. Excuse me. But then you put Aaron Rodgers, you put the next guy up behind him, and then have him sit, have him learn, have him watch, blah, blah, blah. And then kind of the way that relationship ended was bad. So it kind of forces the next guy up, Aaron Rodgers, to be better because you're like, you know what? I am better than that old man. So now he plays, and we got fucking Aaron Rodgers we got to deal with. And now you're in the same situation, where you have Jordan Love is like, you know what? I need to be better than that old man. And now he's going to do it. I was like,
Jordan Love looks like he learned a lot from Aaron Rodgers.
He did.
A lot.
Man, those throws, I was like, son of a bitch.
The way he was bouncing on his toes, the way he was throwing the
He
ball, I
released
was
it.
like, oh, I hate this guy.
There's one of the touchdowns.
Exactly.
It looked like Aaron Rodgers.
Me and
So I was
Jordan looks like,
Yeah.
he looks exactly like him. He does. He's bouncing on his toes. He's throwing the ball quickly. He learned. He sat there. He learned everything that Aaron Rodgers had.
Yeah. And I'm sure Aaron Rodgers is probably a lot more. I won't say he was more of a teacher, but at least more nice about like having the new kid watch than Brett Favre was to Aaron Rodgers.
That's also because Aaron Rodgers knew that they weren't going to just replace him. Aaron Rodgers knew all those years, I'm better.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. Yeah.
But watching Jordan Love pissed me off because I saw Aaron Rodgers, and when you see Aaron Rodgers, you kind of see Brett Favre a little bit too, and it's like, motherfuckers.
Oh my gosh.
However, I mean, even though we lost 17-9, it wasn't that bad of a blowout as a week one. You know, I mean, there was potential for us to.
If we could do anything,
because
if we could do anything offensively, yeah.
Yeah.
Throw a pass in the third quarter.
Just one pass in the third quarter.
One pass. Any pass. Just throw a fucking pass. You know, it's like doesn't even have to be completed. Just throw a pass. Like what the hell, man? Yeah, but I mean, given what you said, like it sucks that we lost, but also it's like we had no O-line, and the only receiver we had was DJ Moore. Komet had I believe a quad injury that he was still working on. I don't know how bad it was, but
he got hit right in the chest. So Justin Fields threw a ball pass, and he got hit right directly in the chest. And
yeah.
You just sit your ass.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, you have running backs. You had, but then that gets taken down because the O-line's trash. You know, so. Yeah.
I don't know. I and that's something I do want to say. Running back wise, I kind of agree with Fredo. I think that we're going to need to get another running back. I've always said Roshan. I like Roshan a lot, a hell of a lot. I believe that he's going to need. He's a good 1A. He's a good second back. I don't know if he's ever going to be the main back.
Yeah. So this was his year to prove it.
Here's the top 10 running backs that's going to become a free agent. Barkley.
You don't do those. You don't spend on the running back.
They're already old, hard to beating up.
Yeah, right.
Find a good rookie.
Exactly. So actually, I thought that what you're saying. Here's the top 10 rookie running backs. I thought that was really interesting. You know, so we got Jonathan Brooks from Texas, Blake Corum is number 2. Trey Benson, he's from Florida State. He's 3. Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State. He's 4. Bucky Irving, he's from Oregon. That's 5. Will Shipley, who's really interesting. He's 6. And Donovan Edwards from Michigan, what Fredo was talking about. He is 7. Aldrich, I think Estemi from Notre Dame, he's 8. Brandon Allen from Wisconsin is 9. Marshawn Lloyd from South Carolina is 10. And it goes on and on and on. But those are probably the guys that are going to be, someone that you're looking at. I like what you said about Donovan Edwards. I think Donovan Edwards is a very interesting prospect, and you probably could get him in the second pick in the 4th round.
He's very explosive. He's very explosive. He has great vision because there's a couple of times he popped and he went back and then he kept going. And then once he took off in the open field, he was gone. Nobody caught him. I think he had 2 runs, a 74-yarder, and then I think what was the other one? 780? Yeah.
His first two runs were all touchdowns.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
And his projection is a 4th rounder.
I'm like, why is he a backup?
No, because Blake Corum is the all-time leading rusher in Michigan's history. Blake Corum is Mr. Everything for Michigan. Blake Corum is it. That's why he's the backup.
He's he's that Bijan, is he? Or is Bijan still like...
Blake Corum. Blake Corum runs a 4.38 40. Blake Corum is only 5'8", about 215 pounds. He's pretty small, but he's well put together. He has a great short burst. He has great hands. He's very great with lateral movement. He's a very good burst. But I think Blake Corum is going to go early in the second round. We don't have a second round pick, and if we do have a second round pick, we're going center. Yeah. With that being said, Jonathan Edwards makes way more sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, as soon as I see him, like, he's good. I like him a lot. He's somebody I wouldn't mind having.
I agree.
And once again, I don't watch college football. I just what happened to see it.
I watch pretty much a lot because I do. I can see Derrick Henry in Chicago. I can't.
Huh.
I think Derrick Henry goes somewhere where he knows he can win. There's some places I wouldn't be surprised to see him. That would be Kansas City.
Would you be upset if he came to Chicago?
No, I wouldn't be upset, but I wouldn't want to pay him what he was going to be paid.
Yeah. Right.
You know, but I can see him go to Kansas City. I can see him going to Buffalo. But you know, Buffalo already kind of found their guy, I think. Personally.
Singletary, was it?
Yeah. No, the other he and his brother both play.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
James Cook.
You think James Cook. It's like you think I would know that off the top of my head. But when you really look at those teams, Miami, no. New England, maybe. But that's not a winning team. Not gonna go Cleveland or Cincinnati or Baltimore. Texas or maybe.
Why not Cleveland?
Because the best running back is coming back next year. The best running back in the entire NFL is coming back next year. Remember, he's already running. So, Nick Chubb will be there. He'll be fine.
Yeah. If you're looking to win, fuck, man. Because there's teams I'm sure will go after him. Like Broncos might, try to get him. But would you want to go there?
What about the Chargers? What if all of a sudden Harbaugh goes to the Chargers because he loves their quarterback. He loves him. Like he raves about him all the time. Harbaugh goes to LA Chargers. You get Derrick Henry. You get rid of Eckler. They've been trying to get rid of Eckler all the time. That might be a good one. I mean, people know Harbaugh and Herbert are just like, he says he's the best quarterback that he's seen talent wise. But I could definitely see that. But I mean, there's some teams out there. I just don't know if Chicago's ready to take that step, and you still have to build through a lot of rookies that you could grab, especially with the 2 4th rounders.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we need to give Foreman more of a shot and more of a chance.
The last 2 weeks with him having personal problems, personal issues, and the fact that he can't catch the ball, he won't be on the team.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, he won't be on the team.
That's why it was Roshan's year to prove it. After Herbert got hurt, like it was Roshan. Roshan's like, here's your opportunity, and he just didn't make anything of it.
I thought they split the backfield with Foreman.
Foreman didn't play the last 3 weeks.
I'm saying when Herbert was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Foreman became the main guy, though.
Foreman is a very good running back.
Yeah.
The problem is he can't block, he can't play special teams, and he can't catch. And with the offense that wants to be very West Coasty, you have to have a running back that can catch. And definitely step up the block when you have a terrible offensive line.
I was gonna say something to show my age, but I just kept quiet. I was gonna say no, seriously. I was gonna say
you gonna bring a war done?
I was gonna say Willie Gault didn't know how to catch.
Willie Gault.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
He didn't know how to catch either. But look what happened. They ended up teaching him. And he ended up being really good.
Willie Galt.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
We usually play.
Willie Galt, like that's so far. Like you didn't say Anderson. You just said Willie Galt. Okay. Oh man, that's okay.
I'm just saying. It's
I
true.
don't even think you're old enough to watch Willie Galt. Oh, like you're
Yeah.
not even old enough to watch him.
Yeah. I mean, you know what though? There was a guy.
You were born
On-
when he was playing.
There was a guy on the Death Knights when Kramer and we ran the team. He was a track runner. He didn't know how to catch for nothing until I started teaching him one-on-one how to catch. I can't. His name was Terrell Dean or Dean Terrell,
Yeah.
something like that.
No, yeah.
And he became very good. And then I threw him in special teams. He came out really good at special teams.
She was awesome.
But you have
He
to want
became
to.
really good.
But
And
you have
all
to
it
want. You have
was
to want
just
to. Foreman is too old for that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's the issue. Deontay Foreman is already did his thing. He is who he's going to be. He needs to be on a team like maybe San Francisco where he could be a second guy. He's not a young spring chicken anymore. That's who he is, you know.
right.
Yeah. He's gonna go somewhere where he could be the backup, you know, and play play 4 weeks, be good, and then sit back down. You know. I mean, that's what he is.
Yeah.
So the last time
like I said,
Willie Galt played was 1993.
With
The
the
last-
he
Raiders.
played for the
Last
he,
year,
he played for the Bears in like
Yeah.
83, 84.
83 to 87. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it was with the Raiders. He played with the Raiders before he retired.
After,
Mm.
yeah.
He's not even a
Sorry.
top 5 Chicago running back, but
No.
No.
I did want to actually ask that for you guys. I know we're doing all this stuff. Is Matt Forte the third best Bears running back of all time?
Ooh.
Of course, the top two is Peyton and Gale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who do we have? We have Anthony Thomas, Neil Anderson.
Neil Anderson. You don't even say A-Train in the same sentence. It's Thomas Jones. It's Neil Anderson. It's
Cedric Benson.
Yeah, but Cedric Benson didn't really get good until he went to
Until he left.
Bengals. Yeah.
Until he went to Cincinnati, yeah.
Yeah, until he left. So I don't know. Matt Forte.
Matt Forte has to be top 5. At least.
Curtis Enos.
I think he's top.
God.
I think he's 3.
I think he's 3. I got to give him
Enos.
3.
That dude retired after 3 years.
Not Rashawn Salam.
Oh my God.
No, he's awful too.
Yeah, I met him so many times. Brian Piccolo.
Here's one for you guys. I don't know if you guys
Super
ever remember this guy. Darnell Autry.
I know Darnell Autry. What's school of my mom?
Oh, nice.
Northwestern.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
I know. I think he's the third best one.
Matt Forte is probably third best. Stat wise, does he beat Gale? I got to look at their stats.
Gale
for sure.
Receiving.
what he did in 7 years is amazing.
Yeah,
I know for receiving yards, he
Matt
broke
Forte.
a record.
Yeah, he held the record for forever until this year, until Christian McCaffrey broke it.
Mm-hmm.
He had like 102 catches in the season. That's how good Matt Forte was.
Yeah.
I mean, who else was Jay Cutler gonna throw to?
He had some good people.
He had some good ones. He had Alshon Jeffrey. He had
Brandon Marshall had the greatest receiving in Bears history. In Bears history. So yeah.
For now, how many yards does Brandon Marshall got?
1490 in a season or something like that.
Okay. DJ's breaking that. DJ's breaking that for sure.
Yeah, what did DJ get this year? 14?
13 something, I think.
Yes, 13 something.
Yeah, he was exactly at 1,300 going into this week, and I mean he didn't get a lot of receptions, so
he had like 62 yards, something like that. So yeah,
but right under 14, or a little bit under 14, but yeah.
So
that's why, and that's with what's his name missing 4 games, with Fields missing 4 games. Well, 4.5.
Brandon Marshall had 1,508 yards.
Okay, yeah, I DJ could break that.
That's a lot. 1,500 is a lot. Alshon Jeffrey has at 1421. So that's what I'm saying. Like we were talking about, that was back-to-back years. There was one that had 1,500, the next one had 1,400. Then Marcus Robinson had a 1,400, and DJ Moore this season had 1,364. He is the fourth best receiving season in Bears history.
First year. And this thing is like why, oh man, like sometimes Chicago fans just irritate me because like everyone hated Jay Cutler. Oh, he sucks. It's like he has no O-line, but yet look what he's doing. Like Alshon Jeffrey had a great, had over 1,400 yards. Brandon Marshall had over 1,500 yards. It was
Marshall had another year where he had 1,295.
Yeah. So it was like, so how is this crappy quarterback with no O-line is able to get out to the ball? Because Jay Cutler was good, but you don't give him an O-line. The dude was sacked 12 times in one game. I was like, come on.
I think I have the answer for that.
Yes, I was like Jay Cutler for me. The problem is he's a douchebag, and when you're douchebags, and this is what I'm saying, and he's not a leader. When you're a douchebag and not a leader, this is why I'm saying don't draft Caleb Williams, because when you're not a leader and you're a douchebag, that means something when you're a starting quarterback. What do you guys say, Fredo?
Mark Trestman.
Well, that too.
Well, he was good this first year.
He was the number one offensive coordinator in the Canadian Football League, which they brought him here. And that 1 year, I think he was with us for 2 years, 1 or 2 years. And he changed everything. And we ended up firing him. He gave Cutler everything he needed with Jeffrey and
Brandon Marshall.
Marshall.
I mean,
no.
And then we got rid of him.
No. Mark Trestman was a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke.
After that we got John Fox, didn't we?
Yeah, but the thing with Mark Trestman, he that second year was so bad. He couldn't command the room. We're gonna be undisciplined and we're gonna fuck up. Like that's what he was saying in press conference. Like the dude was awful. He was not a head coach. He couldn't do it.
Because he was Canadian, eh? That's what it was.
Don't blame Canada.
Not for this one. But that's like the Chicago Bears way, right? Is like how many head coaches can we give one quarterback? Or how many coordinators can we give one quarterback? It's like, and then we'll blame the quarterback. See, he does not good. It's like, you didn't give him a book to actually learn. It's like he has a fucking one of those dry erase boards up there. It's like, and this year's playbook is this. Wipe it all off.
I said last year, before we had guys playing Madden and said that's a good play. Let's draw it up and put it in the playbook.
I mean, fucking Luke Getsy's playbook is. Yeah, well, Luke Getsy is the NFL blitz. You got run left, run right, pass. That's fucking Luke Getsy. He's like, he don't even have Madden. He has the blitz.
Yeah, man, that's I don't know.
Yeah, I want to read this last thing before we get off, guys, because we've been past our normal time. I'm just going to read you guys the names of the studs and duds from Week 18 for the Chicago Bears. All right, we got Tyreek Stevenson, stud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
DJ Moore, stud. Cairo Santos, stud.
Yeah.
Terrell Smith, dud. Awful. He gave up so many big plays. He was awful. All the wide open receivers were always Terrell Smith's guy.
Wasn't he? Was it his rookie year?
Yes, he's a rookie. Yes, he's a rookie. He and Stevenson are rookies. Luke Getsy, dud.
Dud.
The entire Bears offensive line. Dud.
Wait, minus Wright and Jenkins, or everything
No,
is a group?
just right. Just
Just
minus right.
right.
Jenkins, before I gave all the grades, Jenkins was one of the lowest graded offensive linemen in the entire NFL. And all of our worst graded people were all offensive linemen. All of them. All of them. It was awful.
Well, even Wright, like you said, was
70.
over 60. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
He did 70.
yeah. So not great.
Eddie Jackson, a dud.
Yeah.
Khalil Herbert, a dud.
Yeah.
The Bears run defense, dud. Head coach Matt Eberflus, dud.
That's a
what we got.
50-50. Because what he did to the defense after the guy got fired for sexual harassment, whatever, he changed that defense around.
Yeah, but this is only for this game.
This week. Yeah.
Oh, this game. I'm thinking the season. All right.
No, just for this week.
Okay.
So, that's what we had. I don't know, man. The Bears are interesting. I think they're going to have a lot of interesting moves. They have to make a lot of decisions. And I don't know what's going to happen. And we still haven't heard. We're hearing rumblings that Eberflus is safe. We're hearing rumblings that the whole office staff is going to be going. We're hearing rumblings that Justin Fields is probably going to still be here next year. We're hearing all these rumblings. But until we hear from the man himself, till Poles gets out there and starts speaking, I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
There was one thing we didn't talk about. 2 players made the All-Pro.
No, Pro Bowl.
The Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl?
Pro
Yeah,
Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
Yeah, not
Jalen
All-Pro.
Johnson and who was it, Sweat?
Yep, JJ and Sweat. And you know why I didn't talk about it? Honestly, because it's not All-Pro. The Pro Bowl game is flag football.
Yeah.
It's flag football. But we have a long off season. We have a lot of weeks going on. We have a lot. Who's going to be the offensive coordinator? If we get rid of Getsy, can Justin Fields learn a third offense in 4 years? Is that going to be good for him? Is that offense going to be designed around him? These are all questions that we're going to have answered. Going into the draft, what's going to happen? Free agency, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with JJ? Do you keep him? Do you cut Eddie Jackson, or do you try to find a better safety? What do you do with all these moves? What do you do with Mooney? I mean, you forget Mooney was even on the team.
Yeah, he didn't even play this past week. One less weapon. Yeah,
he's been out the last 2 weeks. So there's just a lot of question marks there. Is Mooney even healthy?
No,
he didn't
I
look
believe
healthy
he got hurt
this
with
season.
concussion or something.
Yeah, but has he been healthy this entire year? Period. Can the Bears overcome the Packers? These are all questions that we have to answer.
In 10 years, when Love goes to Jets,
then it's gonna have the next guy.
Yeah, just the next guy.
All right, guys. Thanks for everyone coming in. Thanks for everyone. Peanut Butter Waivers, Anthony Price, Brandon, everyone in Green Hill TV in the comments. Thanks to Fredo for jumping in here. Thanks for Tank being here. Guys, we're still going to have shows. We're still going to be talking about this because we still have football. Though this is more focused on the Bears, we will talk about the playoffs going forward. We'll be talking about what's going to happen on Saturday games, what's going to happen with the draft, combine. We have a lot of things to talk about. Can't wait to talk about it. Hope to see you guys here. We will talk to you guys again next week. Can't wait, guys. Same Bear time, same Bear channel. See you guys.
see you later.
We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire